G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Dowling from the website and YouTube channel Kangaroo Court of Australia. Now I'm about to do a reaction video in relation to a Channel 10 story and an ABC story in relation to 20 people being arrested in Brisbane over the weekend for saying from the river to the sea verbally and also in written format on their T-shirts and banners, I assume, or posters. The main purpose of doing this video is a person called Jason Steinberg, who's the president of the Queensland Jewish Board of Deputies, has shot off his mouth and seems to be admission that the new laws are in effect designed, at least in part, to stifle criticism of Israel and Zionism, which in effect is an admission it infringes on political communication, which, if correct, and the courts are the ones who are going to have to decide if it's correct or not, means that's illegal. Any law that infringes on political communication is invalid, with a few exceptions. So that'll be tested in court, given 20 people were arrested over the weekend, 2 previously. But just so you know, some people don't know what Zionism is. It's a nationalist movement that emerged in the late 19th century in Europe to support the creation and protection of a Jewish national state in Palestine. So it's basically a political ideology that argues that Israel is entitled to its own country, a Jewish national state. And some people have argued over the last 6-12 months in courts in New South Wales that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitic, which it's not. The courts have been very clear on that. You can distinguish between being anti-Semitic, which is anti-Jewish, and being anti-Zionism or anti-Israel. But the argument is by a lot of people that the new laws are designed to stop criticism of Israel and Zionism and aren't anti-Semitic at all. Now I'll show you the reaction video. The first video is Channel 10 from last Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember. And the second one's from the ABC a day or two ago, where they're reporting 20 people were arrested in Brisbane. And I'll show you the reaction video now.
Good evening. Pro-Palestine protesters say they will use the voice of a legendary Australian artist to test the limits of Queensland's controversial new hate speech laws. The action comes in the lead-up to a weekend of protesting where some say they're prepared to get arrested.
It's a voice that needs no introduction. Now, one of John Farnham's big hits is being used by Justice for Palestine for this line.
What the new hate speech laws have done, they've made sure From the River to the Sea or River to the Sea has been played millions of times, if not tens of millions of times, around Australia and globally. This has gotten global coverage, what's happening in Australia.
Lyrics almost identical to a now outlawed expression in Queensland under new hate speech laws.
Discriminate against an entire community here in Queensland, so we're going to joyfully sing and dance and resist those stupid laws.
The protest group is planning to sing and dance to the lyrics in a flash mob performance at King George Square on Friday.
It's not for this group to tell us as a Jewish community what hatred against us is or isn't. They can claim whatever they want. What's clear is that these slogans are from terrorist organisations.
Now that was Jason Steinberg, president of the Queensland Jewish Board of Deputies. And without a doubt, he's had influence over the Queensland government to bring in the new hate speech laws, and he couldn't help but shoot off his mouth. And it's not just what he said then, it's what he's about to say.
Friday's flash mob will be ahead of a weekend of increased protest action. It's understood Saturday will be the busiest day, with some of those in attendance prepared to test the laws and be arrested.
Once again, our streets being taken over by activists who are clearly anti-Semitic and anti-Israel and anti-Zionist.
The street.
Now, how is it for him to tell us who is anti-Semitic, anti-Israel and anti-Zionist? If he wants to argue that the people are anti-Semitic, well, that's fine, given the laws are meant to cover that. But where's the anti-Israel and anti-Zionism come into it? He's in effect admitting the new laws infringe on political communication, because 2 court judgments in New South Wales in recent months have found that saying anti-Zionist comments or anti-Israel comments is not anti-Semitism. But Jason Steinberg has grouped them together, So he's in effect admitting that the new hate speech laws infringe on political communication, which is saying anti-Israel or anti-Zionist comments. Now, he will argue differently, but the question he needs to answer is why has he grouped them together, anti-Semitism, anti-Israel and anti-Zionist? Because that's their intent, to try and stifle anti-Israel and anti-Zionist comments and sayings and slogans and speech.
It's already featuring protests in the form of street art, like this graffiti at Dutton Park. The piece, called An Act of Defiance, was posted by the same artist who was behind this Farnham-themed street art.
And that's how ridiculous it is, from the river to sea. Now, I can say that because I'm reporting on it. This is a educational video. It's a reporting video. It's a journalistic video. And you'll see it all over the place. In Australian Financial Review, the ABC, I'll show you a video in a minute of the ABC where they say that from the river to the sea a couple of times, and it becomes ridiculous. The new hate speech laws have actually promoted the saying, not minimised it.
Police say they anticipate the protests will be peaceful later this week, with rolling road closures expected on the weekend. Ultimately, it will be up to officers on the ground to decide if...
So there you got from the sea to the river. People are using, on the poster there in front of you, from the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. So people are coming up with alternatives and making a total joke out of the whole law.
Anyone is in breach of the law.
Those laws are in place and those laws are strong.
Well, they're not strong. They'll get tested in the High Court very soon because 20 people were charged on the weekend and at least 2 others have been charged.
And soon to be tested. Lawrence Jeffcoat, 10 News.
Now, we're about to go into the ABC video where 20 people were charged on Saturday. I'll give you the exact date, the 18th of April. I think it was Saturday, could have been Sunday actually. And the flash dance you've seen, and you'll see again in a minute, was on the 17th of April.
20 people have been arrested at a pro-Palestine rally in Brisbane this afternoon where protesters were chanting newly banned phrases. The arrests didn't deter the 300-strong crowd who continued to voice their objections to Queensland's new divisive laws.
What started as pointed placards and peaceful calls for an end to the war in Gaza,
for freedom and justice for all,
quickly turned to chaos. Hundreds of Justice for Palestine protesters labelling the Queensland government's new hate speech laws a joke.
Safuli, you can't hide, you're supporting genocide!
Leading the chant of recently banned phrases.
From the river to the sea.
Before...
So there you have it again. They've just broadcast that person saying from the river to the sea, which is a banned phrase. They've broadcast it to 500,000 people, to 1 million people. I don't know how many watch the ABC News, but it's somewhere between 500,000 to 1 million, maybe 1.5 million. And are they going to arrest the ABC, go in there and arrest the reporters, arrest the chairman and the CEO for broadcasting it to the national audience and global audience to a degree? No, because the media are allowed to report it, and that's the stupidity of it. I'm reporting it now. I'm not reporting it to incite anyone. I'm reporting it to show how stupid it is, because all the media are reporting it, and the purpose of the law is to stop people saying it.
Dozens of officers standing by on horse and foot swooped in. Moments later, another woman escorted away for donning the slogan on her shirt.
And there you have it again, the ABC. You can see the shirt from the river to the sea. Another million people seeing that. They heard the person say it before. That's 1 million people. You know, they're getting it embedded in their head. And the purpose was to stop people saying it and publishing it on their shirts or on posters or whatever. But the laws have had that exact opposite effect, where everyone's saying it or broadcasting it.
Arrest only firing up protesters who continued to chant in solidarity and began heckling police. While most kept to words, some got physical, leading to 20 arrests, 14 charges of displaying a prohibited expression and 7 for reciting it.
So 20 people were arrested, 14 charges of people having it on their T-shirts or on a poster, and 7 for reciting it, which is saying it verbally, becomes fairly ridiculous. Now, these are going to be tested in the court over the next few months, maybe even a year or so, with appeals and that. And one of the issues they're going to argue is that it's political communication, which to me it clearly is.
The rally is just one of several demonstrations being held in Brisbane this weekend. Last night, a flash mob danced its way around the laws, using Aussie icon John Farnham's hit to sing the phrase instead. Tara Cassidy, ABC News, Brisbane.
Now, John Farnham's song says "like a river to the sea" instead of the banned phrase "from the river to the sea." Now, given they had that flash mob on Friday night in Brisbane and they were singing the John Farnham song "like a river to the sea," no one was arrested. Maybe they should start doing up T-shirts with that on, because obviously that must be illegal. Because the following day, when people were saying "from the river to the sea," which is a banned phrase, 20 people were arrested. Now, this story's got a long way to go. It's going to be tested in court over the next 6 to 12 months, like I've said, and I'll keep on following up on it. Now, I'm an independent journalist. I'm 100% crowdfunded from viewers like yourself, and I've been running a campaign to help make sure I can keep on doing the work I'm doing. I'll read that out to you. 21 weeks ago, I launched a campaign with a simple goal: find 200 new monthly supporters so I can keep doing this work as a fully independent journalist, running this website and YouTube channel without corporate backing or paywalls. Since then, 167 wonderful people have stepped up and become monthly supporters. That's huge, thank you. We're now at 33 to go. If you've been enjoying the work and aren't yet supporting monthly, I'd be incredibly grateful if you consider joining them. Here's the situation. Like most independent journalists, I'm basically a one-person small business. Right now, a lot of us are feeling the squeeze, just like many small businesses and households are. To stay afloat and keep bringing you the reporting I do, I need roughly 200 more people, well 33 now, chipping in whatever they can comfortably afford each month. Anything from $3 to $100 or whatever works for your budget makes a real difference. There's no lock-in, you can cancel or adjust at any time. If that feels doable right now, you can see all the donation options on the donations page, and I'll put a link to the donations page below this video on YouTube. Your support, whether it's a monthly donation or one-off donation or just sharing my work, is what helps keep independent voices like this one alive. And please do your bit and help shine a light on corruption, and share this video on social media. And please hit the like and subscribe button and notification button. That way you get notified when I publish new videos. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.